Name that tune. COMM 160. Hello. This is a bonus track. No, I won't be sharing the screen. Wanted you to enjoy the Tragically Hip, of course, but this takes priority. And the massive, collaborative writing assignment that involves 2 other members in this group of 3 that I'm talking about with you requires a little bit of coordination, shall we say. You have approximately 3 weeks to get this done. It's being assigned as a take-home among 3 people to craft 1 preliminary essay. And in order to do this right and be credited for the process, the English lead has suggested we break this down into 3 parts. Part 1 is the outline. Now here's the suspense. I'm not giving away the article in which this all begins. And as usual, there's a prompt to go with this article. So we're somewhat confined by the parameters of the assignment because nobody got to choose the major reading from the Canadian Writers' Workplace, 9th edition, surprise, surprise. But you and 2 others are going to contribute 1 paragraph each that will comprise a single preliminary essay and have a thesis statement to tie it all together. Now, a concluding statement would be great as well. I think we can discuss that as the weeks go on. But initially, you and your teammates need to take a look at that reading and decide how you're going to divide the work so as not to say the same thing in each of your paragraphs. In fact, it should be pretty unique in terms of addressing the topic by relying on your own personal experiences and observations in relation to the topic. Like, what does it mean to you? Surprise. Now, the outline doesn't have to be super fancy and super polished. Probably you'll have a complete sentence for the thesis statement, and quite possibly for each of the topic sentences belonging to those 3 paragraphs. But everything else, the major minor details, the major minor, point form. Point form is cool. That's something I gotta see, take a look at, provide some feedback. And then part 2, video. Group video. Now, that's gonna require a little creativity, I think, but we have to hear from each one of you, approximately 2 minutes apiece, to, let's say, acknowledge the feedback, pick and choose what might be valuable in terms of transforming that essay and making it better, presumably. But that is a real pick and choose. That's where you can take what I've given and or ignore and come up with some other ways to improve upon that original outline from part 1. So part 2 is a video submission so that by the time you get together and have one last go at it, you are writing the full, meatier, extended paragraph that's going to be a part of that preliminary essay that gets uploaded to the folder from where it came from. And so those little itty-bitty details, the housekeeping, we can certainly talk about in the coming weeks, but we want you, in the end, to come up with a group preliminary essay in which you've all been checking each other's work out, got each other's back, figuring out ways to possibly offer advice to make it stronger. The way it's graded is that parts 1 and 2 are group grades, but part 3 will be individual. More about that later. End of song, end of mark. For now.